their very own map pick. Fantastic stuff. Perhaps we can see a change in the wind here for Funky Monkeys, and so far, Knife Round seems to be proving so.
Good start, Malta, baiting out his team as per usual. It's going to be, I think he's going to have some fun here running around the map before he gets a drop kill, and he will fall down. Of course, Funky Monkeys winning at the round, and they're going to pick which side of the map they move to.
Surely CT.
Yeah, it's CT, and Tuck's having a bit of a lull at the CT side.
Yeah.
Just because he's angry, he can't have it.
Look, as much as I, like to think that this rework through Nuke has made things more T-sided, and which it certainly has, you can't doubt the CT side.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So heading into this round, it's all going to be about those first impacts. Funky Monkeys, they're on the CT side this time. It's different. They get to see what Chiefs can throw at them. So right now, they're throwing them a quick A split through the Heaven location. This is going to be dangerous.
Certainly is. Chiefs are going to drop in hard. Yori playing up the top, knows that Ali's there, and Ali going to drop down now, playing from the back. They have so many options playing from up here. Yori will pick up Pex.
Yeah, so right now you can see straight away that Funky Monkeys, they're better at dealing with the pressure being thrown at them than rather dealing the pressure themselves at this moment. So right now, rotations being made. The clock is starting to count down here, so you can see Andy, he's almost ready to get into that toxic area just to wait for the time to count down. But look at this from Yorimato. He's got to be suspecting this. A little bit of damage being dealt, but look at that.
Oh, Malta with 2. That's wave stat, and Yori going down to ins as well to make it 3. And a big take here for the boys of Chiefs. They're going to take this site, and it's left to Andy and Blitz to try and take it back, moving up. A site there, controlled by the Chiefs with a big move as well. Taking that catwalk was smooth because it gave them 2 options. They could play up through Heaven onto the A site, or they have the option to drop down and look for B ramp. Andy going to drop to Malta, who picks up a 3K to start us off here on Nuke.
Look at that from Chiefs. It's again just those clinical pistols showing us how it's done, and you can see straight away that this is going to put them in a great position. I mean, to look at these two sides in their pistol rounds, to get a T-side pistol as opposed to a CT-side pistol is even more influential simply because of the map bias. So right now, Chiefs, you're in a great spot.
They certainly are. And I think that's the thing. I mean, we talk about CT side being the prevalent side on most, if not all, maps at the moment in the meta. So for Chiefs to be taking this away with the first round win, looking to extend that with a second round win and push on further, they're setting themselves up for quite an easy CT side, as the more rounds they can win as the Chiefs, the less pressure it is coming the second half to then win them out as CTs. And NCAT's going to be writhing back in production as we see AK's brought up second round. He hates it, but Chiefs are going to make good use of it. I think it's going to be the one exception to the rule.
Oh, it's more, again, like these guys need to get on the basketball court.
I think a social basketball team for Chiefs. If we can get Sangi on the court, I think it'll be a good time as well.
Well, I mean, all basketball jokes aside here, we can see, again, Chiefs just showing that prowess. And so far I like Funky Monkeys force buying to this round, simply because of the fact that they're not going to sit there and accept what Chiefs are pushing them. They're going to say, look, we're going to stand up on our own 2 legs and show that we can prove and have a competitive map here. So, I mean, being a 4 versus 3, it's not the brightest moments here for Funky Monkeys, but certainly well within the realm of possibility.
Certainly is. Tux is going to come up through the vent. Wave sitting behind the box there on the stack. Tuck's not going to find much, poking up like a, realistically, like a scary Jack in the box, just kind of lurking.
Yeah. Not so scary in this round though. He gets taken out pretty damn quickly, and Malta, he's got something to say about himself with a nice 2K.
Classic Malta though. Andy, the last man standing, 1v3. And look, 5.7's a great pistol, but I'm yet to see Andy do amazing things with it.
He's got a banana.
That's all you need. Monkey's got his banana, but Malta's got a 3K to back up round number 1. So I can't really argue with that.
Yeah, I think I'd take a 3K over a banana.
You would?
I'm afraid. Well,
what about on Inferno?
Yeah, that's true. Bananas are pretty damn tasty as well.
They are.
So.
Great source of potassium.
Yeah.
If you're feeling, if your hands aren't steady, have a banana. Get the potassium into you. That's what surgeons do before surgery. Make sure the potassium and magnesium levels are high.
That's what CSGO players do to stop them from shaking.
That's right. Well, it's what the Funky Monkeys do so they can frag.
Well, they don't seem to be eating enough bananas. Instead, wielding them in their hands, rather.
That's right.
And But Chiefs, they've kept their potassium levels high so far. But Blitz, he's got something to say about it.
He does. A bit of a start here for Funky Monkeys, getting the first frag of the round, and Blitz only being taken down to 41 HP leaves him good health-wise as well to keep trying to refrag. Andy with the AK set up for this round. Alistair is waiting and playing out wide with Tux to help him out, trying to shoot through Annex there. No one going to take the bullets, though. We see the Funky Monkeys stacking towards the north side of the map, really pushing away from the Chiefs here. The Chiefs with freedom to move. Pex is going to look heaven here, and Andy going to be playing underneath it with Yorimato. Alistair picks up Blitz, and that is going to be the flash out for Pex to entry at the top of ladder in heaven. And he's just look underneath himself. Tux picking up Stat and Waif as well. Pex now going to be pushing out Tux, looking for another one. Pex gets Yorimato, and it's now left to Andy, who is playing right underneath in lockers. He will look up. Pex is on the top of the ladder. Andy not going to get the kill, though, as Pex grabs 2 and doesn't actually die to full damage as well. So it's going to be a healthy Chiefs side taking out 3 rounds to 0.
Yeah, so right now, stock standard stuff for Chiefs. Funky Monkeys now. Time to step up to the plate. Blitz, you know, people, you know, question themselves. They were like, okay, is it Blitz or is it Andy, I think, who deserves to be on that AWP? And right now, this is no better opportunity than to prove it now. In this moment, you can see he's decided to go towards that outers area, keeping things passive, though, towards those boxes. Speaking of boxes, though, we can see Andy here ducking and weaving, you know, ballerinaing around the place.
Ballerinaing?
Ballerinaing? Yeah.
I like that.
Let's go with that.
We'll go with that. I'll take it. I'll accept it in the bank of judge.
Yeah, and you can see outside control is being attained here for Chiefs as well. So as much as there's dancing, there's map control being taken and headshots.
Oh, plenty of headshots and fragging with Tux picking up the first of this round. And look, they'll argue till they're blue in the face that the in-game leader doesn't necessarily need to frag, and most can't because they're too busy focusing on the game. But Tux, I feel, is a big exception to that, proving that not only can in-game leader frag, but he can lurk, and he can really be influential for the team.
Let's call him the glaive of Chiefs. Right
oh
now.
Yeah,
that's pretty much where we're sitting at.
3-pronged.
Yeah,
there's 3 blades to this glaive.
Yeah, so you can see just off the bat, you know, again, Chiefs entry pick so far on the T side. All they got to do is move into an execute, but look at that from Waif, unable to get the frag, and Pex, he's got something to say about it.
Pex gets Yori as well before Stat can finally shut him down. Malta taking out Andy, and it's now going to be left to Stat on the outer. Inns goes down with the external kill. Stat will be playing the outer here. I'm not sure if he's even going to try and go for this bomb on the A site. I think that he's going to look to hold on to his M4 and save it for another day.
Yeah, definitely the wise move here in this certain scenario. You can see he's in a nice spot to sort of just wait things out, perhaps get an exit frag if he's lucky. You can see he's actually gotten 2 frags already in this game, this round rather. So at the moment he's putting up the numbers, but unfortunately Counter-Strike being a team game requires the team to put some numbers up, and right now it's Chiefs with all the momentum.
And Stat will pick up a 3rd. That's Tux going down. Not going to opt for the AK, instead holding onto his M4 and picking up a 3K in round number 4, despite dropping the loss.
Yeah, so you can see here from Chiefs, mostly just frags coming out. A few deaths here and there, which has affected the economy slightly. But at the end of the day, it's a 4-0 score line here, and what really makes things difficult is Funky Monkeys being on that CT side, that is their economy is run down so much easier as opposed to being on the T side, simply because it's so expensive to buy up on that defending side of the map. So they've opted for the save. They've gone for a couple P250s and armor, and really I'm interested to see what they decide to pull out their back sleeve in this 5th round.
If they can pick up a couple of frags, get some guns for the Chiefs, who are playing 5 AKs, no need for an AWP when they're playing so aggressively and so tight, then perhaps Funky Monkeys could turn around round number 5. I think that round number 6 is going to be the one that Funky Monkeys get on the board with, and Chiefs are going to close out here in round number 5.
Yeah, and again, it's just more of the same outers control. These rafters are really dangerous to let go of if you're on that defending side, simply because of this reason here. Pex and Inns, they can get themselves up into these catwalk area. One flash through that area, and then a push is going to confirm things here for Chiefs. But Andy's got something to say about it. Again, it's the trades, though, that will do the job.
Certainly is. That flash did not back in the Chiefs to push in there, and it will mean Inns falls to his death. Ali going to molly out here, and Malta and Tux come through to get the kill secured. Blitz, trigger discipline here, will pick up Alistair. Tux getting the plant, and it'll be Malta and Pex that finish off the round, picking up 2 kills apiece. And Chiefs take out round number 5. Funky Monkeys yet to put one on the board, and their KD is unfortunately lacking, with the highest kill count being on stat and Wave 3 kills each to 4 and 5 deaths respectively. Chiefs are running away with this map on the T side. If they can push this to an easy 7 or 8 round wins before Funky Monkeys go on a tear, then Chiefs are set to win out and go 2-0.
Yeah, and you can expect here for Chiefs to keep the same sort of acts going up, but they've decided to change it altogether by, instead of going outside, move things over towards the ramp. It's all on Andy's shoulders here. He's going to back away wisely, but, map control is given up.
Certainly is, and now we're seeing, for the first time, the push towards the B site. Andy going to play down here in dark, and Yori picks up Hex while Inns trades him out, getting the kill on Yorimato. It is a 4v3 here. Inns gets Andy as well, evening the odds to 3v3. Inns hasn't been fragging very high so far, as we mentioned, but he's proving his worth every single round.
Yeah, it's the impact that counts at this moment, and Inns really showing us how that is done. You can see a CT, I believe, stat in that window area, gets those 2 frags, in fact, and putting this round in a great position here for Funky Monkeys.
Certainly is. The double flash, and that's going to be the Funky Monkeys entering the site with Blitz getting the kill on Malta. The bomb will be defused, and Funky Monkeys pick up their very first round here in the second map.
Yeah, so not only entering the site, but entering the scoreboard as well with that first round. Now, they're at a critical moment in their economy because it's going to require mostly rebuys within 2 of their players. And then if they lose this subsequent round, it's going to be really tough on some of those Funky Monkeys players. So right now, it's an even bigger moment to prove yourself as a team. Blitz, he's in a good spot here to actually deal with Squeaky, and after seeing so many great picks from Alistair, things have flipped themselves on their head.
Certainly have, and the Chiefs with the fail flashes. Inns closes the door there. Waif has been spotted through the door, and the Chiefs are yet to make a move onto a site. Plenty of time left in the round, though, just under 1 minute and 30. Looking at the way this round pans out, though, if Chiefs are able to reset Funky Monkeys, put them back onto a loss streak again. Of course, Funky Monkeys have lost their loss bonus. And Tarks, oh my goodness, the trigger discipline, but he has taken too long. Blitz turns around and makes him answer for it. Stat taking up Malta as well, and this could be a round for Funky Monkeys to win as Pex gets Andy to try and trade back some semblance of this round. Pex moving to Inns now to try and help out. Inns playing down on the door, and Stat will take it out through the door. Pex going to play, and there is the answer. Stat goes down. Blitz playing the outside. Pex checking his corners. We'll see Wave up and above. He'll be caught out from behind from Annex. He will not. Oh, yes, he will be. Blitz comes through with the kill. Pex getting a 3K before he finished that round off.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit nervous there. He was on track for an ace there at that point, where it was almost two 1 versus 1 scenarios between that 2 versus 1 situation. But alas, Funky Monkeys pick up their second round, and most importantly, they've picked it up consecutively with their first round. So you can see right off the bat, this is going to put them in a really good position. Oh my good lord, Inns comes outside, says, yeah, I'm going to pick up this casual deagle frag and end Blitz's life.
And he also got a lot of damage down out on the outer. Waif left on 4 HP, going back inside. Malta getting Yorimato now as well. And looks like the Chiefs just need to play every round outer with Deagles. Yeah. There has been the AWP pickup for Tux. Pex getting Andy on the internal. Inns now with a FAMAS. Pex with the M4. Funky Monkeys on the back foot, 2v4.
Yeah, I can imagine Blitz with his head in hands at the moment after getting absolutely 1-beat at probably one of the longest distance, but despite maybe dust too long, That was probably one of the longest headshots I've seen with a deagle.
Oh, yeah. That's a big angle, playing it from all the way wide outer to back a cat.
Yeah, so it's not going to stop either, because Tux, as well. I mean, every Chiefs players here, or Chief player, barring Alistair, has picked up a Deagle headshot. So
Yeah, that's right.
get these guys some Deagles, and you can almost bet your bottom dollar that they have a chance at winning this round.
Do you think the Chiefs have been stratting this? Just let's play a Deagle round.
Yeah, I actually think they've been sitting in a scrim server for about 8 hours.
Yep.
With nothing but Deagles, and they're not shooting anyone.
And you know who they were scrimming? Funky Monkeys.
Oh, okay, yeah, they were scrimming.
They would have been scrimming Funky Monkeys.
Yeah, and every round they just run outside, run A ramp, B ramp, and just use Deagles. And right now, I mean,
that's all you need.
That's all they need. Waif got to be careful there on the ladder, or else he's going to have an accident, and he may have to file a work safe report there if he's not careful. But he's gonna knock off work. He's gonna walk things out.
He is.
He's gonna perhaps survive another day.
My question though, Funky Monkeys are independent. Who does he file that report to?
Well, being the
he's
lawyer
got no union
judge,
backing him.
Being the lawyer judge, you've got to answer this question somehow, because you're asking just a poor citizen who doesn't understand anything
that's what it
about
is. Right.
paperwork.
Right. Well, look, he's buggered. Is the technical term?
Okay.
Yeah, he's buggered. But he is going to take the M4 into round number 9. The scoreline 6-2 for Chiefs. They've got a convincing lead here on the T side of Nuke, let alone what they'll be able to do when the second half comes around. They have got the full buy here with AKs and M4 on Pex, which has been saved, and Alistair with the AWP. Of course, Funky Monkeys, the pistol buy for Yori Stat on the Deagle as well, and Wafy picking up the M4.
Yeah, this is what concerns me the most, though, because they were actually at a moment where they could decide to force up and bring things back into their control, and they've opted out. So a little bit of respect being granted here to Chiefs after some impressive performances. Unfortunately, it's not what I like to see if you want to try and, carve your way into the history books of Australian Counter-Strike. But, there's always a day where casters get proven wrong.
Always.
Perhaps it will be today.
Knowing us, Matt, it probably is today. In's getting Yorimato as well. So that's the first kill, lending towards what we predicted. In's grabbing Wafy as well. In the hut, down to 10 HP, but 2 kills in his pocket. Stat grabs Malta and Tux trades him out for Blitz. And Peck's grabbing Andy as well. Leaves Stat as the last man standing, who gets 1 kill before going down to Ins with the 3K. And the young one's putting some kills on the board.
Yeah, and, that extra eco has resulted in an AWP buy and a lot of utility here for Funky Monkeys. So, it's a bit of give and take. It's a decision where you're not necessarily wrong, you're not necessarily right. There's no wrong and right decisions in CS sometimes. And you can see they've decided to, bolster their economy just a little bit more to give them a better chance at winning this 10th round.
And that's what they need to do. Blitz does have the AWP. Tux gets Yorimato. And that's the start for the Chiefs pushing on the outer here. They're going to look to get as many frags as they can with Malta grabbing Blitz as well. And the push now in towards the B site. Wafy playing on the outer, on the catwalk. Going to get some information here to try and relay it to Stat, who wants to get these frags early and pushing down from Secret.
Yeah, and it's a nice spot to be. A little head jiggling, but the only head that remains is In's after he cracks wide open Stat's head, and you can see it's getting a bit concerning at the moment.
Certainly is. The 1 frag for the team being done on the outer. And Wave's out there with the kit as well. Andy going to be looking to push down and in a little slowly.
That's going to be helpful. This kit could prove a little bit better for Funky Monkeys, but as I say that, it looks like they don't really care. Looks like they're just going to walk their way out of here and just opt for the save. So again, it's more respect being shown here from Funky Monkeys towards Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
And when you start reaching scorelines like this, it gets a bit concerning. Chiefs, they've guaranteed themselves a half win.
Tux does pick up 1 though. Andy going to quickly get the kill in retaliation. Drops. That's going to hurt the Funky Monkeys economy, as Chiefs do pick up an 8th round win in round number 10. Yeah. Andy going to be hearing that audio cue for the ladder from Ins, but not seeing anyone drop over the top of him. Ins trying to get a pre-fire there, but he's not waiting in locker room for him.
Yeah, so, Chiefs, they can afford to do those sort of things. they can afford to push out, hunt for these extra frags, and make it just that little bit more difficult for Funky Monkeys. P250's coming out. That AWP saved from the last round is going to go inside the hands of Blitz. I like this change. He's opted to go for that B ramp pick rather than others. The question is, can he capitalize the most off of it? I like this push. This is extremely risky, and he's going to get some sort of large tag, but it's not going to be enough as the pistols still rain through on that lobby area. And now left in a 3 versus 3, and I mean, after all is said and done, this could just be possible.
Certainly could. Many trades coming through there to leave it in this 3v3 situation. 1 for 1 for 1 for 1. Is Tux, Ins, and Alistair left remaining, with Andy, Yori, and Wafy left up as well for the Funky Monkeys. Tux and his Chief side, of course, a lot healthier, and with the bomb going down on the B site. Just playing careful from Toxic there. It's going to be Tux picking up Andy.
Yeah, and extra precautions are always good, but precautions will not always save you from death, as Ins proves that against Yorimato. Again, Wafy is out of here already. A foregone conclusion before anything can ever be thought of.
Peck's at AWP guy, and Blitz is like, nah, mate. Trying to tag, see if they can give him a notification. Where are you, mate? Well, they're just waiting to hear Wave's phone go off. That's all it is. Yeah. Just give away his position in the back of sight. And Ins will find him picking up a 2K in this round. Alistair, very healthy, but also the only player not to get a kill from the Chiefs in that round.
Well, it sounds like Ins has got Wafe on speed dial, because he just about heat-seeked him in a matter of seconds. So, I mean,
one thing I do want to mention, though, very briefly, before the scores go away, Alistair, 1, 3, and 4 at the moment. I mean, he's playing very well with the AWP. He's not needing to get frags. He has been traded out a few times here. Yeah. He's letting his teammates do all the work. No need to, hold him back.
It's almost like a half glass full, half glass empty situation where you can think, wow, Alistair's really doing a poor effort of not getting many frags. And then you look at the other hand, his whole team's doing a great job. Does he really even need to be?
And I mean, realistically as well, 12 rounds have been played. He's only died 4 times. 8 rounds he's lived. Yeah. So to go 1 and 4, that means he's gone 1 kill in the 8 rounds he's lived. Now 2, he's doubled his KD for this map. And I mean, you're right, it's double-edged. He's not fragging, but he's also not dying.
Yeah, he's certainly making the impact that's required. Tux, great corner checking there. Again, showing that prowess, showing the experience of being a long-term CS player, checking those corners of an unsuspecting CT or a CT at all, really. But Tux, I won't agree with that decision. Pushing through the smoke, that's going to be a free kill for Wave. And now, being in that 3 versus 4, not a whole lot of map control here has been attained by Chiefs. And they're just going to go for that basic A main push. It may not work out.
Stat picking up 2 before Ins answers back. Ins going down to Wave. And the response from Alistair. Alistair now with 2 kills this round. He's going to look to back it up with a 3rd. Picking up the bomb here. He could go plant for the site, and he will. He's going to plant the long angle. Annex being pushed by Andy now. Alistair going to play back in hut and has been spotted out. Andy going to get the kill there as Ali unable to move quick enough. The AWP will be picked up. Andy will get the defuse, and that will be Funky Monkeys claiming a 3rd as we head towards round number 13.
Okay, so, a million angles to cover there for Alistair. Understand.
That was quite an inquisitive little then, Matt.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Just,
Yeah, so that inquisition has resulted in my understanding that the score is 9-3.
Okay, yes. No, that's good.
Pretty insightful, pretty astute.
You are.
And
top analyst, OCE.
If I could say anything right now, Funky Monkeys, they got to pick up at least 6 rounds here. And get themselves, put their foot back in the door, open up the crack, and make their way back into this game.
I mean, if they can get 6 rounds, obviously finishing off the rest of this half, get 6 rounds, I think that's going to be kicking the door open. Malta, put a door stopper in, though. That's a door stopper straight to the head for Blitz. He's
bolstered that with a steel beam. But Stat has something to say. A couple flashes and smokes being thrown out. But, again, it's just more passivity.
Andy getting the kill on Pex here, and Tux will respond. Ins is playing down below. Stat on the catwalk. Yori playing out near ramp. Shots are fired. Chiefs are going to be looking to push in soon, and Tux has found Stat, going to get the kill. That's Inns finishing him off. Tux getting Yori on the turn, and the site is in the control of Chiefs. Wake playing up top. We'll find Alistair, gets the kill in smoke. We'll see Tux as well, but Tux answers back straight away. 10-3 for Chiefs.
Yep, the in-game leader for Chiefs, showing us what's what with that nice little 3K. Now, again, I mean, talking about Counter-Strike 101 here, Funky Monkeys, they win the round, they lose the subsequent one, and they get $1,400 back. So, fortunately, or, you know, hopefully they've gone to force buy back into this, and, you know, as they have done, looks like they're making for a group outers push, and I think Chiefs are going to cut this down at the center.
Inns getting Stat and Wave. Yori goes to push, and Inns gets another kill. Tux finishing off the team. 3 for Inns, and a complete whitewash in that round.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, despite things getting a little bit concerning here for Funky Monkeys, you know, what I can say is that the Deagles are out, and we saw them with Chiefs. We got them the round winner, got them some pretty impressive headshots. Can we see the same for Funky Monkeys?
Matt, I want to believe, I really do. But the Chiefs are just on point with their aim right now. And Funky Monkeys are not doing the same. As I say that, of course, Alistair whiffs the AWP shot. Will be getting the bang through the door, though, to get some damage down. And Tux gets Wafy. That's now Stat as well. Blitz with the one deke, though. Takes out Inns, looking for a second here. Tux comes on and will finish him off. Tux already with the 3K, now looking for the ace. He'll get Yorimato as well. And he comes out and shuts him down. Tux only managing the 4K. I mean, I say only managing, but it prevents the 5, Andy, with that tap. Yeah,
this guy's on a roll, Tux, so far. And I mean, that's exactly what you want from the in-game leader. And again, Pex closing it out, putting us on that 12-3 scoreline. And I mean, again, as much as I wanted to believe that Funky Monkeys could pull that off with the Deagles, unfortunately it's not the case. But, you know, we're moving over to the second half of this match. We can see, you know, nothing being done just yet. I can expect probably full armors on the CT side, because they know how to crack heads. They know how to do business. And let me tell you, it's straightforward monkey business for these guys.
Oh, look out. Matt, this is why we don't let you cast.
Oh, okay. You know, it's been made very clear in just about 5 seconds.
It has. Very, very clear. No, we love having you here for this game. The analysis has been a godsend. And there goes Andy picking up Blitz with the friendly fire. Malta grabs a 3K as well to finish off round number 16. Deadline, what have you of that round?
I mean, not really much to say if Malta can just line his opponents up and, you know, put him out in the shooting range, essentially. So
kind of just popped them on a stand and took them out.
Exactly, and again, it just goes back to the clinical performances that you can make as an individual with those pistols. And I don't trust anyone better than Man from Malta to do that in the Australian region, putting himself and the team on that 13-3 scoreline. Again, it's going to be a response here from Funky Monkeys with some pistols of their own.
Inns getting the kill on Wave, and Blitz hiding in the corner here. Plenty of spray down. Tux covering his teammate. Inns looking for another, and we'll find Andy. Goes to try and score one, but Malta takes out Stat. Yori, the last man left, and it's going to be Inns killing himself to rush in the flames, but Ali will pick up Yorimato to finish that round off, round number 17. Chiefs now 14-3. Deadline, we could be sitting here on the cusp of a 16-3 to back up that 16-6.
Yeah, I mean, this game is reaching a stage where the Chiefs are okay with running through their teammates' mollies for the sake of dying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the kind of stage we've reached at this moment. But
I think we've reached, like, meme critical mass.
Meme critical mass. Well, the only critical mass that's going on at the moment is Tux lining up those bodies, but can he pull it off?
Well, the push is going to come through now, and Tux is going to answer.
Oh, yes, he can.
What a close. Tux, Pex, and Malta finishing it off with a 2 for Malta, 1 for Pex, and 2 for Tux. They're now going to have a full buy against the full buy of Funky Monkeys. FM have their work cut out for them. I don't think I've ever seen someone take out 12 rounds in a row.
Well, look, we can look at this two ways. We can be pessimistic, we can be grump.
Oh, okay, you're still sticking with the 1-1.
Look, we can say that Chiefs are just going to close this out. There's going to be no problems whatsoever. Or we can be positive. We can say you know what, Funky Monkeys, they're going to get themselves back into this. It's not going to be that pick, and it's not going to be that one, but it's still 5 versus 3. 3 AKs.
It's doable.
2 AKs. It's still possible, guys. I promise you.
No one's dropped from Chiefs yet. It's still possible.
Look.
Deadline, I'm going to agree on the fact that it's possible. I'm not going to agree on how likely that is. Yori and Wifey can frag, but a very healthy side for the side at Chiefs. Ali now has 2 kills, and he's going to look to back it up with a 3rd. Everyone's pushing, and there it is. The 3K to finish off round number 17. And that's Ali. That's it. Chiefs, they've taken out a massive 2-0. 16-6, 16-3. I mean, Funky Monkeys can play well. They can frag. It's just not going to be tonight.
Yeah, they've just packed it up in a nice little bow in about 20 minutes. So,
right, wrapped it up nicely for us.
Yeah.
Finished.
Great stuff there from Chiefs. Of course, I think this matchup, you know, looking into it from the before and looking at it now in hindsight, I mean, it was a matter of Chiefs being that upper, you know, that premier team, right? The best team arguably in the Australian scene right now, versing those up-and-comers like Funky Monkeys. And right now, you know, it's back to the drawing board for Funky Monkeys in the sense that, okay, they need to bring a little bit more to the table in terms of strategy, philosophy, those sort of things when coming into Counter-Strike. But what I can say is that the individual skill that I've seen from these players, it's been pretty impressive.
It has. Funky Monkeys can play well. They can all play well individually. It's just hard to see it come through when you're playing against someone just that little extra like the Chiefs are. We are going to cut to a quick break. I'd like to thank you all for watching and my special guest, Deadline, to come over. Before we do so, we have a couple of highlights from the matchups. Let's have a look at those.
I'm hoping to see, you know, some cracker highlights perhaps from Malta. I mean, we saw that nice 3K pistol.
He had a couple.
Yeah. You know, a couple Deagle frags from Inns. That was nice.
That was nice. We did, of course, have in the first map, Malta's 1v3 T-side clutch.
Yeah.
That was a big moment. And hopefully we can line up those highlights for you guys. That'd be nice to see those.
Would be.
Would be. Maybe.
Maybe.
If we're lucky.
We're just teasing it.
We're just teasing. Just getting you ready for Reddit later. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably sit back and have a banana.
You could. Yeah. Cheeky banana.
I know
Get that
Chiefs have
potassium
had a
up.
lot of bananas.
They have. Stole them off Funky Monkeys.
Yeah, they've been chowing down.
Oh, look out. Plenty of potassium in yellow.
Absolutely.
Were they ripe bananas? They were very ripe bananas.
At least in Chiefs one.
We are going to cut to a 20-minute break. We'll show the highlights a bit later on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here for the first matchup of the AOC CGPL winter season. This was Chiefs against Funky Monkeys. I'm Judge. That's Deadline. And we'll be back with the next matchup, Legacy and Darksided.